learned to add items in the previous video, now we will learn how to add modifier groups in this video. Modifiers help customers to customize items based on preferences. It can be required or non-required and single select or multi-select. Now let's learn how to add a modifier group. Click the item where you want to add a modifier group. I am adding dressing for salads. Click on the Add Modifier Group option and add the modifier group name Dressing. We will add the modifier once the modifier group has been added to the item. Now add the modifiers for the modifier group. I am adding ranch dressing, Italian dressing, and so on. After adding modifiers, go to Settings. From here, you can update all the settings for a modifier group. From the Configuration section, you can make a modifier required, non-required, single select, or multi-select by entering minimum selections and maximum selections. If you want to make your modifier group required, you need to enter minimum selections for the modifier group, which could be 1, 2, or any number according to the requirement. Then the customer will not be able to add the modifier to the bag without selecting a modifier. Here, for example, if we click on Add to Bag, you can see customers can't add to their bag without selecting a modifier. An alert pops up saying, please select an item. If you want to make it single select, you need to enter one for the maximum selection. This way, a customer won't be able to add more than one modifier from the modifier group. If you want to, make it single select required. Enter one for each selection. For example, if we click on any modifier, you can see the customer cannot choose more than one. If you want to make it a required multi-select, set a limitation such as 2 or 3, or any number according to the requirement in the minimum selections column. This way, the customers cannot select less than the number you put here. For example, we can see here, it won't let me select less than 2. If you want to make it multi-select, set a limitation such as 3 or 4 or any number according to the requirement. This way the customers can select more than one item, and to keep the modifiers non-required, just put 0 in the minimum column. So, if the customers don't want any modifications, they can skip modifiers and add the item. Now there is an option of Allow Modifier Quantity. By selecting this option, customers can choose a modifier more than once. Let me show you how they will look on the branding page. Here in this item, you can see when you select a modifier, you will see a minus and a plus sign with it. This means this modifier feature of Allow Modifier Quantity is enabled. Therefore, we can select a modifier more than once. Next, we will learn how to create the size level modifier group. These modifier groups are created in items that have sizes in them. In the size level modifiers group, some modifier groups may have different prices based on the size. For example, let's consider the pizza category. If we select an item here, we can see the sizes created. Now we create a basic modifier group, such as crust, and click on it. You can see this modifier group is available for all sizes. Now we add a crust such as regular and its price is according. We take 2 for small, 3 for medium, and 3.5 for large sizes. Here, we can see that the prices change according to all the sizes. If you don't want a certain modifier for a certain size, for example, we take another item, go to the modifier group, and create a modifier such as regular. We want regular crust for the small size and the large size. For that, we put the price here. But in the place where the price for medium goes, we put a hyphen instead of any number. And it shall look like this on the brand page. For small, there is a crust added, but for medium, there is no crust. And again, we have the crust for the large size.